Hi, everybody, and welcome to HLT 151 Introduction to Physics for the Allied Health Professional. This is the first presentation that I want you to watch in this course. And this introduction presentation is basically going to cover how this course is going to work. And I'm going to talk to you about the syllabus, student expectations, lecture presentations, how our quizzes and exams are going to work, and also the chat sessions that we're going to have throughout the semester. So one of the most important things you can do is take a minute to look at your syllabus. Your syllabus is found in Canvas and in Sonus. It has lots of important information such as how many credits you're going to get for this course, and that's 3. The course dates, this course will run from September 13th to November 22nd. And again, this course is starting in week 5 of your term because you had, of course, Introduction to Healthcare in the first 4 weeks. Also in the syllabus, it's going to talk about how this is an asynchronous online course. And what I mean by asynchronous is that everything's going to be online, your presentations, your quizzes, your exams, you're going to turn in your homework online, etc. But asynchronous means that we don't have to do this at a set time for most of these assignments. So if you wake up Monday morning and you want to complete all your work for that week and get it turned in, that's great. Or if you're somebody that likes to take it in chunks and you do a little bit each day, as long as you finish those assignments by the due date, that's perfectly okay. The only exceptions to the asynchronous delivery are going to be your exams, your unit exams, and your final exam. And those will all take together, and I'll talk about that a little bit later. Also in the syllabus is the course description outcomes. So basically, what am I going to teach you in this course and what do we want you to be able to do when you finish the course? And just briefly, this is what we can call a conceptual physics course. So we're really going to be concentrating on the theories and principles of physics. We're not going to be doing pages and pages of equations or filling up entire blackboards with long equations or anything like that. I'm not going to lie to you, we will be doing some math, but it's pretty basic math. We're going to concentrate more on the theories and principles so that when you go out to the clinical sites, you'll kind of understand when you're using electrical equipment or lasers or something like that, or x-rays. You kind of have a grasp of the physics behind what we're doing to our patients. And lastly, in your syllabus is the course schedule. And this is extremely important for you to look at the course schedule. It's important in every course, but especially in this course because it's asynchronous. So we're not going to be meeting in the classroom, so I won't be able to remind you in the classroom, say your quiz is due or whatever. You're really going to have to keep up with your course schedule and also the calendar on Canvas to know, hey, I have this due or needs to be turned in. And here's an example of your course schedule. This is the first week. You can see, tells us what week we're in, week 5, which starts on the 13th of September. Talks about what we're going to go over in that week. Basically, introduction to the course and then Newton's first law of motion. The course objectives, what I'm going to want you to be able to do after we cover this information. And then over here in this column, it has the assignments and activities we're going to do. So for this first week of physics, I want you to look at your syllabus. I want you to watch this presentation that we're doing right now. And then there's 2 other presentations, a science and measurement presentation and a presentation on Newton's first law. So you have 3 presentations to watch this week. For assignments, you have 3 assignments. You have a first day assignment, and I'll talk more about the first day assignment. It's just like a little 3-question quiz. You'll have a homework assignment that you download and complete and turn back in, and then you'll have a quiz. And all these assignments are due the end of the week, the 19th, that Sunday night, by 11:59 p.m. So however long it takes you to complete these assignments, as long as you get them all done by that Sunday night, you're good. It also shows on the course schedule what chat sessions are available for that week. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about the chat sessions later on in this presentation. So one of the good things about this course is there's no required textbook. All the information that you need to pass the course will be in the presentations and in some of the online activities that we'll do. The course is based on Conceptual Physics 12th edition by Hewitt. If you feel like the textbook would help you, you're certainly welcome to purchase it, but it's not a requirement. I will say that if you do decide to buy the textbook, I don't do any of the online content that comes with a brand new textbook. So if you want to rent the textbook from Amazon or another vendor or buy a used copy, that's perfectly okay. But then again, if you want to use those online resources, you're free to do that as well. So, how am I going to evaluate your performance in this class? Well, uh, the first of the evaluation criteria is going to be 3 unit exams. And these unit exams are going to be 45% of your total grade. So each exam counts for 15%. These will be given online. And unlike the rest of the content in the course, you have to take the exam at the time the exam is open. Usually, I'll have the exam open from, say, 8 to 9 on either Mondays or Wednesdays. And so you have to take the exam at that time. The exams will have a time limit, so make sure you're ready before you start it at 8. Um, I usually use some type of proctoring device. Last year I used Zoom meetings. This year I might use the GoToMeets. We also might have a lockdown browser. These are still being implemented into Canvas, so I will give that information to you well before our first exam on how the exams are going to work online. The exams will be on the honor system, so um, even though I will be proctoring you, you can use your notes and you can use your textbook. Okay. So they're kind of like a open book test. The only thing you can't do is accept help from another person or have somebody else take your exam for you, which is why I do video proctoring. So if you have good notes or you have the textbook, you're certainly welcome to use those during the exams. After you take your exam, if you have questions about certain questions on the exam or the score you received, please don't hesitate to contact me and we can set up a time to meet and go over your exam attempt and see where any issues might have risen. The final exam itself is also 15% of your total grade. It's also online. It will be open for a specific time. I think I've scheduled your final exam for November 22nd at 8 a.m. You have to take the exam at that time. And just like your other exams, you'll be able to use your formula sheet and your notes in your textbook. You just can't accept help from any other person. Um, while we're talking about the exams, because the exams are given at a set time, if for some reason you can't take the exam at the time in the course schedule, please let me know as soon as possible. Um, if if there's an illness in the family or something's going on, please let me know and we will try to set up a makeup time for you to take that exam. There's also online quizzes. There's 7 online quizzes, and all these quizzes together count for another 15% of your final grade. These are given online, and you remember I showed you the course schedule. The quiz has to be completed by the time and date noted on the course schedule. If you don't take a quiz during the week it's assigned, you get a 0 for that quiz. There's no extensions on time if you forget to take the quiz or you don't complete it in time. So please keep on top of your course schedule and take your quizzes before the date and time noted. All the quizzes have a time limit, so make sure that you've reviewed the material. If you have your notes and textbook, that they're available to you before you start the quiz. There's no way with the time available that you can just go in cold to the quiz or the exam for that matter and just read the question and then try to find it in your text or notes. You're going to run out of time. So make sure that you have looked at the material and you have a grasp of it before you start your quiz. Again, the quizzes, like the exams, you can use your notes and textbook. You just can't accept help from another person. And also, like the exams, if you take the quiz and you want to review your quiz attempt, please contact me. We'll make a time to meet. There's also 7 online homework assignments for another 15% of your total grade. So for each week, there's a homework assignment in Canvas so you can download, you complete it, and then you'll submit it back into Canvas so that I can grade it. Again, you can use your notes and textbooks, but please don't get help from another person. When you submit your document back into Canvas for me to grade, I can read PDFs, I can read Word documents, I can read a Google document. If you are a Mac user, I cannot open Pages documents. I do not have the software available for that. So please make sure that your homework format is a Word document, a PDF, or a Google document. If you're having trouble either opening my documents in Canvas or uploading your homework assignments, please let me know as soon as possible so that I can work with you and we can get that straightened out. After you submit your homework, I grade the homework and I give individualized feedback. That's a hard word, individualized, for each homework assignment in Canvas. So after you turn it in and I've had a chance to grade it, you can go in and you can see if you missed a question. I usually write a little explanation about how to arrive at the correct answer. And just like your quizzes and exams, if you want to discuss the homework in more detail, just contact me and we'll arrange a time to meet. So class participation is 10% of your total grade. And I have chat sessions. I usually hold, for a normal week in this class, I will hold 4 chat sessions a week. It's usually Mondays and Wednesdays, 8 to 9 a.m., and then 3 to 4 p.m. It's mandatory that you participate in at least one of the chat sessions per week. And there's a rubric in your syllabus that talks about how I grade your participation. Did you log in to at least one um, chat session? Did you stay for at least 15 minutes? Did you actually participate? Did you answer questions? Did you ask questions? Um, and these chat sessions, I usually have um, extra questions for us to work on, extra problems. I can expand on the lecture. If you have a question about the content, I can help you with that. So um, please come prepared to participate in the chat with either a question or be prepared to maybe, we'll work on some questions together. To attend a chat session, under Meets, there'll be a link to GoToMeetings during the time when I've scheduled the chat sessions. And so you can use that link to participate in the meeting. Again, you have to participate in at least one per week. And you can come to more of the chat sessions if you like. If perhaps there's a topic you're struggling a little bit more with, then you're welcome to come to more than one chat session to get some reinforcement. I don't ask that you turn on a camera or anything like that. You can either join in with a microphone or you can use text chat, whichever you're more comfortable with. And again, there's a rubric in your appendix, that's Appendix A of your syllabus, that talks about how I actually grade your participation in this. For your lecture presentations, I'm going to deliver the course content pretty much just like this presentation here. I'll have some slides for you to look at. I will be expanding on the slides as a lecture, just like I would if I was in the classroom. I would be showing you these presentations and discussing the content. And I've tried to make the presentations as accessible as possible, make them easy to read. I have pictures and things like that. Also, I post these videos or the presentations both in Canvas and I also post them on YouTube. And so YouTube does add captions. So if you prefer to read what I'm saying as opposed to listening, then you can just read with the captions. You're responsible for reviewing each presentation by the time and date noted on the course schedule. So again, that course schedule is your best friend. Make sure you look at it. Okay, I have to look at these presentations, do this quiz, do this homework. In the very top of the HLT151 course, there's a file called Student Expectations. And this is to help you understand your responsibilities for an online course. So please look at this document, read the information, and watch the videos in the links before you complete any of the other assignments in this course. And then after you do complete the student expectations, you'll notice that under assignments, there's a first day assignment. And this first day assignment, it's very important that you do it that very first week of this course. It's just a 3 question little quiz that asks, did you read the syllabus, et cetera, et cetera. The first day assignment is very important because that's how we say in online courses, this student, yes, is in this course. And so this is very important for your financial aid and for you to get credit for the course. So please make sure you do that first day assignment. So I hope you'll enjoy this class. Physics can actually be fun, and to me it's very interesting to see how the world works. And as we go through this course, if you have a question about anything in the course, whether it's the content, you're having trouble viewing presentations, you can't open up a quiz, you can't upload homework, please don't hesitate to contact me. Especially in an online course, you can either ask me questions in the chat, or you can reach out to me by my email, my office phone, or my office hours are Fridays from 1 to 3. And if you're on campus at that time, you're certainly welcome at any time during my office hours just to come up and knock on the door and talk to me. Um, Again, because this is an online course, it's really important that you don't hesitate to reach out to me if you have issues. Because we won't be in class together, so I won't be able to address that unless you let me know there's an issue. If, for instance, if my office hours are not a good time, again, you're certainly welcome to contact me, and we can try to set up a meeting for when I'm not in class and you're not in class or whatever. Well, I hope you enjoy the class, and I'm looking forward to teaching you. And again, please don't hesitate to contact me if you have any questions.